Welcome in. It is great to have you joining us for today's deep dive.
Yeah, really glad to be here.
We have a highly relevant topic lined up for you today, especially if you track, the intersection of artificial intelligence and digital marketing.
Well, absolutely. It's moving so fast right now.
It really is. We are analyzing a piece of promotional copy for a new AI-powered tool. It's called World Profit Page Genie.
Mm,
Now, on its surface, this is just a concise pitch document.
right, very brief.
But our mission today is to look past the marketing language and decode the structural shifts it really represents. We're going to explore how tools like this aim to completely eliminate the traditional technical roadblocks of direct response marketing.
Which is huge.
Right. And more importantly, we're going to tear down and analyze the specific 5-step traffic stack strategy that this document outlines as the core of its system.
You know, the brevity of the source text we're looking at today actually masks some incredibly dense implications. It highlights a foundational shift in the digital landscape. Specifically, the velocity at which an entrepreneur can go from a raw concept to a live converting funnel.
Yeah.
The latency period between ideation and deployment is just shrinking rapidly. And this source provides a perfect lens to examine exactly how that acceleration is mechanically happening in the affiliate space.
Okay, let's unpack this because the text starts right off by addressing a massive universal pain point in the industry. It asks, want to promote affiliate offers, ebooks, or ClickBank products, but don't want to mess with HTML, templates, or page design.
That is the universal headache right there.
It really struck a chord because we all know the statistics on funnel abandonment. Marketers have the strategy, they understand the offer, and then they hit a brick wall the moment they have to configure a page builder or troubleshoot CSS.
Exactly.
The text explicitly points out that many campaigns fail before they even launch simply because the page never gets properly published. The friction of the build just kills the momentum of the launch.
That friction is the ultimate bottleneck in performance marketing. I mean, it's where dreams go to die. And the solution proposed in the text is what they're calling World Profit Page Genie. They bill it as an instant AI page builder designed to create modern pages in seconds.
In seconds.
Right. And the most critical phrase in the entire document is heavily emphasized: no coding needed. According to the source, the user inputs their affiliate link and basic details, and the AI just handles the infrastructure.
It does the heavy lifting.
It is engineered entirely to bypass that technical graveyard where so many potentially profitable campaigns end up.
The phrase graveyard of unfinished campaigns is a very real concept. You spend 3 days trying to optimize mobile responsiveness, or you're trying to fix a misaligned column, and by the time the page is technically sound...
The trend is over.
Exactly. The trend you were trying to capitalize on has already peaked. The market has moved on.
What's fascinating here is how removing this technical barrier fundamentally shifts the cognitive load for the user. When a marketer no longer has to allocate 80% of their bandwidth to wrestling with page design, HTML, and formatting, a necessary pivot occurs.
The focus changes.
Right. The primary daily function is no longer building. The primary function returns to actual marketing. If the software handles the construction, the human element is freed up to focus entirely on the strategy, the audience psychology, and the offer positioning. It elevates the user from a digital construction worker to a strategic architect.
That is a crucial distinction. You are no longer laying the bricks, you are designing the flow of traffic through the neighborhood. So let's look at the specific types of structures or pages this tool claims to build. The text gives us a clear inventory of what is in this affiliate arsenal.
Let's hear it.
Well, it mentions affiliate landing pages, noting they are clean, modern, and ready to publish. Then it brings up ebook and digital product pages, specifically highlighting that these include images, benefits, and strong call-to-action buttons.
The inclusion of those specific elements, the benefits and strong CTA buttons on the digital product pages, that is worth pausing on. The source doesn't just say it generates a web page. It specifically calls out the structural components of direct response copy.
Right, it's not just a pretty template.
Exactly.
Yeah.
This indicates the AI isn't just spitting out a blank aesthetic canvas. It is structurally formatting the page based on established conversion principles. It recognizes that to move a digital product, the page requires visual proof, the logical argument via benefit bullets, and the psychological trigger to initiate the transaction via a highly visible call to action.
It also specifically highlights product review pages, and it ties these review pages directly to major affiliate networks, explicitly naming ClickBank, Digistore, and JVZoo. Now, considering the specific dynamics of those platforms, that tells us a lot about the tool's intended use case.
Oh, for sure.
Those ecosystems are high-turn, high-volume environments. Affiliates there live and die by aggressive launch calendars and rapid deployment. It's not necessarily slow, evergreen brand building.
The ecosystem of those platforms relies entirely on affiliates acting as a bridge between cold traffic and the vendor's sales page, usually through reviews. The fact that the source text explicitly targets those networks indicates this tool is highly specialized for funnel velocity.
Velocity is key there.
Absolutely. An affiliate on JVZoo might need to launch distinct review campaigns for 3 different product launches in a single week. They simply do not have the lead time to hand code or manually design a bespoke page for each one. The text is positioning the tool as a way to match the speed of the marketplace.
Which brings us to the design aspect mentioned in the copy. The text promises modern design without needing designers. It mentions sharp layouts, great spacing, and call-to-action buttons that are generated and styled automatically. It's aiming to deliver a professional aesthetic instantly.
And that spacing detail matters.
Right, while great spacing might sound like a minor feature to call out in a promotional text, from a conversion rate optimization standpoint, bad spacing or cluttered layouts are the fastest way to spike a bounce rate.
Core layout is the subtle difference that immediately alerts a consumer to an amateur operation. If the text blocks are crammed together or a button lacks adequate padding, the subconscious mind of the consumer registers risk. Trust plummets, and conversion rates drop to 0.
They just click the back button.
Right. By claiming to automate great spacing and sharp layouts, the tool is essentially trying to automate digital trust. It aims to grant a brand new campaign the aesthetic credibility of a seasoned media buyer instantly and without the associated design costs.
I have to push back on that slightly, though. If we are automating digital trust through standardized, clean design, doesn't that present a new problem?
How so?
Well, if 50 different affiliates are using PageGenie to promote the exact same ClickBank offer, and the AI is structuring the layout, the spacing, and the CTA buttons, doesn't the market eventually develop a sort of banner blindness to that specific AI layout? Does aesthetic trust dilute if the presentation becomes homogeneous?
That is the inevitable tension with any scaled automation tool. The baseline of trust is established by the clean design, which prevents the immediate bounce. However, you are absolutely right that if the architecture is identical, the differentiation has to migrate elsewhere. It places an even higher premium on the unique angle, the ad creative driving the traffic to the page, and the specific bonus package being offered. The clean layout simply gets you a seat at the table. It doesn't guarantee you win the hand.
Here's where it gets really interesting, though. Because the source material doesn't just present a page builder in a vacuum, it provides a strategic blueprint.
The traffic stack.
Yes. It outlines a highly specific 5-step strategy that it refers to as a traffic stack. And we really need to dive deeply into the mechanics of this because this sequence is the actual engine of the entire methodology being pitched. The text lists 5 specific pages: the opt-in page, the review page, the bonus page, the thank you or follow-up page, and the backup offer page.
The inclusion of this sequence marks the transition from a simple software feature list to a masterclass in performance marketing architecture. The text is very deliberate in outlining this exact flow. Let's methodically break down the conversion psychology of each step in this stack, based on the framework provided in the source. Step 1 is the opt-in page, the initiation of the sequence.
From a strategic standpoint, the opt-in page is all about navigating lead acquisition friction. You are buying cold traffic or driving organic traffic, and your immediate goal is to capture the email address to build your owned asset. The friction has to be virtually 0.
The opt-in page serves a singular, ruthless purpose: to de-anonymize the traffic. You are offering a micro-commitment, usually a lead magnet or a promise of information, in exchange for contact data. It's like asking for ID at the door.
Perfect analogy.
Once the user submits their email, the architecture of the traffic stack immediately auto-redirects them to step 2, the review page. This is the critical transition where the dynamic shifts from lead generation to pre-framing a transaction.
Right. Direct linking to a vendor's sales page from an ad is essentially a dead strategy these days. Ad networks hate it, and conversion rates are abysmal because the traffic is too cold. The review page acts as the essential bridge.
Exactly.
The text assumes the user understands that you have to warm the traffic. On this page, the affiliate provides the narrative, the pros, the cons, the personal experience with the product. It borrows the trust established during the opt-in phase and transfers it to the affiliate offer. It's like the sommelier at a restaurant explaining why this specific wine pairs perfectly with your meal.
You are contextualizing the offer before they ever see the vendor's pitch. And because this tool supposedly builds these review pages with the modern layouts and automatic styling we discussed, the review presents itself with the authority of a legitimate digital publication.
It looks official.
But the traffic stack anticipates that a positive review alone is rarely enough to overcome the inertia of a buyer. That brings us to step 3 in the source text, the bonus page. This is arguably the most vital lever in the affiliate arsenal.
The bonus page is entirely about creating a localized monopoly, especially in the networks the text highlighted earlier. Let's say there is a massive product launch on JVZoo. There might be 500 affiliates mailing their lists about the exact same product on the exact same day.
All fighting for the same click.
Yes. The buyer can purchase it from anyone. The bonus page is the strategy to make sure they buy it from you.
It alters the perceived value of the transaction. You're stacking complementary resources, exclusive video guides, custom templates, private community access that the buyer can only acquire by using your specific affiliate link. You are tipping the scales, making it mathematically irrational for the consumer to purchase through a competing affiliate.
And this is where the speed of the AI builder becomes a massive competitive advantage. Building a high-converting, visually appealing bonus page manually, embedding the graphics, formatting the value stack, linking the specific checkout URLs, that can take a full day. If an AI tool can spin that up in 10 seconds, you can easily outcompete the hundreds of affiliates who simply don't have the time or technical skill to build a custom bonus page for a flash launch.
The barrier to creating high-value, localized monopolies drops to near zero. So, following the conversion on that bonus page, the stack moves to step 4, the thank you or follow-up page. This is the post-action protocol.
This step is about fulfilling the promise and setting the stage for attention. They bought the product, so this page delivers the bonuses and provides clear instructions. It closes the loop on the current transaction.
It's the receipt and the mint on your way out the door.
Exactly. But strategically, a good follow-up page also begins warming the buyer for the next eventual offer. However, any media buyer knows that a large percentage of traffic will never make it to that thank you page. They hit the review or bonus page, decide the core offer is too expensive, and they bounce.
Which brings us to the final safety net outlined in the source. Step 5, the backup offer page. This is the mechanism designed to capture lost conversions and maximize the earnings per click, or EPC, of the campaign. If the primary product was a high-ticket software or a comprehensive masterclass, and it presented too high a barrier to entry, the backup offer intercepts the exiting user.
It's the classic downsell or exit intent strategy. Before they completely leave the ecosystem, they are presented with a much lower barrier to entry. If the $500 masterclass isn't right for you today, what about this $27 quick start guide?
Right.
You are attempting to recoup some of the initial customer acquisition cost you spent getting them to the opt-in page in the first place. Turning a total bounce into a low-ticket conversion changes the entire ROI calculation of a campaign.
When you view all 5 of these pages working in concert, the opt-in, review, bonus, thank you, and backup offer, the rationale behind the term traffic stack becomes really clear. It is a comprehensive, multi-layered net designed to extract maximum lifetime value from every single click entering the funnel.
It's a machine.
It really is. Traditionally, architecting this exact sequence manually requires stringing together different WordPress plugins, configuring complex API integrations with autoresponders, ensuring mobile responsiveness across 5 distinct URLs, and obsessively checking pixel firing. It is a grueling, error-prone process.
It is exhausting just listing those steps out loud. The friction is immense, and that perfectly frames why the text emphasizes that with this AI tool, you can create unlimited pages and alter them on the fly. It is completely removing the technical friction of the build, allowing the strategic flow of the traffic stack to actually function without technical interruption.
Right.
If a specific bonus isn't converting on step 3, you don't have to spend hours redesigning it. You simply generate a new one and swap it out instantly.
The ability to pivot without penalty is a massive advantage, and this leads directly into the core philosophy embedded in the final section of this document. In the PS section at the bottom of the source text, it drops a very specific mantra. It states that the tool is perfect for both beginners and experienced marketers because, simply put, speed wins. Publish faster, promote faster, profit faster.
Speed wins. It is a short phrase, but it is effectively the drumbeat of the modern digital entrepreneur.
If we connect this to the bigger picture of digital commerce, we are looking at the realities of a radically compressed attention economy. We have moved far beyond the era where a marketer could spend 3 months perfecting a single, monolithic promotional funnel and expect it to yield returns for a year.
Oh, those days are long gone.
The ecosystem is too volatile. Advertising costs fluctuate wildly, algorithms shift overnight, and consumer trends emerge and vanish within a week.
Exactly. If you spot a trend that perfectly aligns with the ClickBank product, you have a very narrow window to capitalize on it. If it takes you 4 days to manually code, design, and integrate the 5 pages of your traffic stack, the window has closed. The arbitrage opportunity is just gone.
The modern cycle of success relies entirely on the velocity of iteration. It is the scientific method applied to media buying. You launch a hypothesis, perhaps a new angle on a review page paired with a unique bonus stack. You push traffic to it, you observe the data, and you adjust instantly.
Test and learn.
Right. The formula provided in the text, publish faster, promote faster, profit faster, is acknowledging that the more tests you can deploy in a given week, the higher your statistical probability of uncovering a highly profitable, scalable campaign.
It essentially levels the playing field regarding technical execution. The text specifically claims this is just as valuable for experienced marketers as it is for beginners, and that makes strategic sense. A 10-year veteran of affiliate marketing might know exactly how to hand code a perfectly optimized bonus page, but if an AI tool can execute that exact same build in 10 seconds, that veteran just bought back hours of highly valuable time.
Time is the only non-renewable resource here.
Exactly. Time they can now spend negotiating better payouts with vendors or writing sharper ad copy.
The technical execution is completely commoditized. The value of the marketer is no longer in their ability to write HTML or align a call to action button.
So what does this all mean? For you listening right now, the ultimate takeaway from this piece of source material is recognizing a fundamental paradigm shift. We've looked at the massive pain points of funnel construction, we've analyzed the specific types of direct response pages being generated, and we've taken a deep dive into the underlying psychology and mechanics of a 5-step traffic stack, from the initial opt-in all the way to the backup offer.
We covered a lot of ground.
We really did. We've seen how tools like World Profit Page Genie are attempting to use AI to turn days of frustrating technical labor into seconds of automated output. The barriers to entering the online marketing space or scaling an existing operation are simply no longer technical. They are purely strategic.
Exactly.
The technology now exists to manifest a complex marketing architecture almost instantly, which means the only thing standing between an idea and a live campaign is the decision to execute. It's an incredibly empowering shift in the landscape. Now, we always want to ensure you have direct access to the source material we discuss. For anyone listening who wants to examine the details of this tool or see the AI page builder in action for themselves, the text points to a specific destination. You can find all the information by going to https://pagegenie.worldprofit.ai.id 28555. That is the exact link provided in the promotional copy to explore the platform. Thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive today. We hope this breakdown gave you a clearer understanding of how AI is accelerating the mechanics of digital marketing, and we will catch you on the next one.
This raises an important question, though, something for you to deeply mull over. We've established that the technical barriers are gone and the architecture is automated. If AI can now instantly build the funnels, write the frameworks, and style the pages in seconds— wait, let me rephrase that. If AI can now instantly build all of that infrastructure, what becomes the true differentiating skill for the successful online marketer of the future? When everyone has the exact same instant architecture, how do you ensure it is your message that actually converts?